You know what, in my opinion, is not something with a lot of contrast to it is Hades, because I think it's all good, pretty much.
Excellent.
There's not
Pretty
a lot
much
of
all good.
There's not a lot of bad in there, in my experience. Seems like is everybody playing Hades here, Rory?
Yep, I'm doing like 1 or 2 runs a day, something like that.
That seems like that's a good cadence, I think.
I haven't picked it up since earlier this year, I want to say. I forget when it was.
And on the early access?
I talked to Greg about it last year, I think before Christmas, Kasavan, and I haven't really played it since I know they had the 1.0. I really liked what I did play of it, but it's just not something I've gone back to very much. I know everybody's talking about it, though.
That's right.
Now's the time, man.
Yeah, I know.
It's 1.0. It's out. Let's do it.
I saw people.
It's on the Switch, I guess. So that's
really
that's probably
that's probably the best way to play it.
Yes. I wish that cross.
I hear the text is like really, really small though. Like they didn't scale for that properly.
Oh, right.
That could be really bad.
I haven't seen it on Switch, but yeah, that sounds that wouldn't be great.
I didn't follow the early access cycle for that thing because I just tend not to do that generally. But I saw a bunch of people saying it was like the best early access rollout they have ever seen because it
was very feature rich. I mean, even a year ago. So
well, not only that, but I know they were doing like feature drops where like every update had a name to it and a theme. You know, it's like this is the blank update. You know, and like it was full on modes and mechanics coming out.
Well, they put a timer in the game also that was just like days until next patch.
Wow,
like
that's crazy.
They didn't. I don't think they always quite hit that, but it was like I think that they took this approach to early access where they wanted to be very open about what was coming next and when, and transparency about like when the next update was coming. It seemed like a very
customer centric kind of
like a very noble way to do early access or whatever. And I thought that was a really cool idea that I've seen. Like Rogue Legacy 2 has something similar in it where it's kind of saying like, hey, next patch or next thing.
Feels
like
so weird being excited about roguelikes again.
Hey,
like,
when they're good, man.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a ton of fucking really middling ones. I don't think that's.
I never stopped. The weird thing about the early access though was it was only on Epic, and I thought that was a really interesting way to get around a lot of the, get around or massage the way some people still have that hate boner for the Epic Game Store, and they just said, hey, it'll go 1.0 on Steam. You're gonna get the final product on Steam anyway, so don't be too mad about it. And I've seen nobody has had any problems with their Steam reviews or anything like that. It seems like they kind of escaped a lot of weird Reddit hate for the Epic Game Store, which is nice.
I think a lot of the games that debuted on Epic that eventually made their way to Steam once their deals expired, like really, in a lot of cases, took off on Steam in a way that I'm a little surprised by. I guess for early access games it makes sense because I think there are a lot of people out there that just say like, hey, I'm going to wait until this is done. But when it launched on Steam, it was still in early access. They didn't like.
Oh, really?
When it launched on Switch is when it went 1.0. And
Mad Laughter in the chat says apparently it had a bunch of early access specific dialogue in it about the fact that it was still early access or not finished.
That's cute.
Like,
that's
calling out that it didn't have an ending and stuff like that.
Right.
Which I guess is something you can do when a bunch of your voice actors are on staff.
Yeah. Just
did you know?
Get in there and
did you know Zagreus is Darren, the composer?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That kind of blew my mind. I had no idea until I looked that up. Yeah, I don't know. Is anybody like deep into it? Has anybody finished it? I'm not sure. I'm not clear what constitutes finishing it. I've only made it to the second area so far.
There was I honestly have not made it out of the second area yet either.
Yeah. I've just made it to the third, like as of last night, and that's given probably it's been about 20 runs or something like that. So I'm slowly getting into it.
But yeah, the game has a final boss and credits and all that other stuff. Like you will know when you finish it. For sure.
I'm curious if it keeps going after that. Like, is there more story to doing it multiple times to conclusion, or do you just kind of unlock an endless or like a hard mode?
I think they have. I don't know for sure. I thought I saw some people saying that like, hey, there are reasons to finish it multiple times.
Yes. Okay. Actually, chat says yes. There is plenty more after you beat that end boss the first time.
Yeah. Good. So I'm. Yeah. I need to play more of it. I haven't had a ton of time to dig into it as much as I would like to, but yeah, I'm trying to get a run or two in a night. I still have maybe 1 or 2 more. I unlocked the fists. I think that might be the second to last weapon. I'm not positive.
I think that's right. That's my next weapon. I do not have. Do keys carry over between runs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Okay. Good.
Yeah,
that will be my next weapon.
So I had the gloves, which
Mhm.
it's a multi-hitting thing, chain lightning on those, and then whenever I dash, there would be like a pool of water that would like knock back enemies. I was just zipping and dashing and punching. It felt so good, and that's where this game is like really drawing me in. Is the combat. It's felt fantastic so far.
You guys got
Yeah,
a
I'm very happy.
Favorite weapon? Like I feel like I've had my best luck with the bow, despite not liking the bow that much. Or like,
That's pretty popular. Yeah. I like the shield, to be honest.
shield's
Shield.
pretty good. Shield's pretty good actually. I think I might
shield.
I might need to go back to that actually.
That's the Avengers game that the Avengers game couldn't dream of being.
Sure.
Totally.
Huh.
But yeah, it's I just we talked about it a little bit last week, but I just the look of that game I think is so crazy
Striking,
good.
yeah.
Like just the way the art style is represented both in game and in the kind of static pictures of the various gods and whatnot. Like I'm really just taken aback with just how good that game looks.
I think whoever did all the motion graphics in that game is on top of their game. Like the way that just every time you pick up an upgrade, the way that the upgrade menu interface sort of like explodes onto the screen with this big flourish, like that stuff is so slick. Like just all the
it's really nice
production values in that game are.
I feel like I've been to ancient Greece an awful lot. With these gods, and I thought that I was tired of it, but this proved me wrong. That you can add a lot of character to these characters.
Yeah.
It's been great.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah.